What's going on? What's going on, y'all? Y'all know who it is. You know what it is. It's your boy Big June. I'm back with it. Here with another episode of Big June Sports Talk, man. Where the sports discussion becomes sports debates and so on and so on. Where I discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything and anything in the sports world, I touch on this platform, man. Before I get this episode off, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend, tell another friend. Y'all can come on the channel to hate on it, debate on it, discuss it, whatever. All sports orientated. We love it over on this side. So, like I say all the time, we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I can't stress and emphasize that enough. However, before I do get this episode off and show you the whole twist to this episode, right? or the mantra of this platform, let me wish everyone a happy holidays and be safe on the roads. Please, no drinking and driving. From my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Again, please, no drinking and driving. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay alert, stay on point out there for these happy holidays, man. So now, just mentioning how I've discussed the good, the bad, and the ugly, everything and anything in the sports world, right? So, like I say, everything and anything in the sports world isn't negative and isn't bad, right? So, let's focus on some of the good that actually comes out of the sports, right? And one of the things that quickly garnered attention as far as what did I wanted to do, as far as looking at how can I keep on evolving and elevating this platform as far as everything being sports orientated, right? And I got into an old NBA video, and I was watching the three-point competition. Seeing Dale Curry do his thing with both his sons, Steph and Seth, excited on the court side. And then, here I am, 2024. Well, close to 2024. Witnessing both his sons in the NBA establish themselves as stars. The megastar being Steph Curry, 4-time NBA champion. But Seth has carved out a pretty nice NBA career for himself, right? Similar of a replica career of his dad, right? So, again, just wanted to change it as far as the dynamics in the sports and just show that the whole evolvement of the sports as far as Big June Sports Talk, right? So, I wanted to do a father and son, like father, like son series, right? And I'll give you the obvious ones, the Barry Bonds, his father Bobby, the Griffeys, the Currys, like I just mentioned, Jordan. Or I could also spin it as far as the failure as the father and son, right? Now, you do have some fathers who eclipsed their son's career, like Jordan. Could you imagine how both those sons had to live up to those shadows, had to fill those shoes, that legacy, as far as being the next heir, the heir apparent to Michael Jordan? Then on the baseball side, you also have Pete Rose, right? The Heat King. 4,000 plus hits, right? The Hit King, also known as Charlie Hustle, the way he played the game, right? Hard, every play, every second. To see the career of his son and how it unfolded. The pressure that amounted trying to be the next Pete Rose. When the world, as far as the Major League Baseball world, did now allow Pete Rose Jr. to be Pete Rose Jr. However, pressure is always going to mount if your father has had a successful career, or your parent, your mother as well. And one mother, son, I could give you far as dynamic, and the son having to live up to what his mother accomplished in her career professionally would be Jaden Ivey, right? The young guard from the Detroit Pistons. His mother, a WNBA champion. So, as far as accomplishing what his mom has accomplished on the court, he has a long way to go. But shout out to him and shout out to Mom Dukes for accomplishing and laying the footworks and the foundation for his son becoming that next NBA star, right? So be on the lookout for Jaden Ivey, point guard for the Detroit Pistons. And again, shout out to Mom Dukes, right? So, again, I ain't want to get into the most obvious father-son combinations. And, if you're a sports fan, then you know some of these people that I'm going to bring up. This father-son combination, I'm going to set it off with Major League Baseball, right? And, again, I could have went the Alomars. I could have went the Ripkins. I could have went the Alus. And maybe I will. And maybe I will get into that. And there's a couple of other families that I won't mention that, some of the baseball players that you don't know. And now these older heads are seeing their sons, right? Such as myself. And I'll give you a quick one before I get into this episode, right? You got Tom Gordon, known as Flash Gordon, reliever, closer, Red Sox, Royals, Yankees, Phillies, had an illustrious career. His son, D. Gordon, Strange Gordon, whatever he goes by today, is currently in the Major League Baseball, right? That's just one example. You got Eric Young, his son, Tony Gwynn Jr. with the late great Tony Gwynn, one of the greatest hitters in Major League Baseball history. So I could have easily went that route as well. But to match up the stats, I try to get more of a balance, meaning that, the father did his thing and so did his son. And they were there head to head as far as competitive stat-wise, right? So let's get into it, man. Like Father, Like Son, Series Part 1. Cecil and Prince Fielder. Now, when you hear the names, everyone know Prince Fielder, thunderous left-hand bat. With the Brewers, signed the enormous contract, forced to retire after multiple neck surgeries, that emotional press conference surrounded by his sons. Now let's backtrack to the father, Cecil Fielder. Right-handed bopper, thunderous bat, monstrous home runs in Tiger Stadium, in Yankee Stadium, winning the championship with my New York Yankees. So, let me just get into this right here, right? Cecil Fielder, drafted in the 4th round with the 67th pick. Like I just mentioned, won the World Series with the 1996 New York Yankees. Career at-bats, 5,157. A career average of 255. Career home runs, 319. RBIs, 1,008. With an OPS of 8.27. Career hits, 1,313. With a WAR RPS of 17.2. And a slugging percentage of .482. So let me give you some of them numbers real fast, right? Remember this number. Career home runs, 319. A slugging percentage of .482. A WAR of 17.2. A OPS of 827. Like I mentioned, won a championship with the New York Yankees in 1996. Played 13 seasons in the Major League Baseball. 7 with the Detroit Tigers. 4 with the Toronto Blue Jays. 2 with the New York Yankees. 1 with the Indians/Guardians. And 1 with the Los Angeles Angels. A 3-time All-Star. 2-time Silver Slugger winner. So, 2-time Silver Slugger Award winner. Now, I gave you some of the stats to run down on Cecil Fielder, right? But let me give you this quick nugget. On July 2nd, Cecil Fielder homered on the roof of Tiger Stadium, an estimated 484 feet, a moonshot, right? So, you could go to Google, YouTube, any other archives, and look up some of these videos. This right here was a moonshot for the ages. I mean, when you think of Cecil Fielder, it was basically hit or miss, right? But when he got a hold of that ball, he crushed like any other. Those home runs, those moonshots, I mean, you just got to see it for yourself, right? Now, as far as being that big bat, being consistent, being that threat, always in that lineup, healthy, never really had that career, never sustained that in his career, right? So now, yeah, he won the championship, and that's what you play for. As far as amassing 319 career home runs, that's pretty impressive. And we all know he would have had more if he could have stood more consistent and more injury prone throughout his career. But, things happen. And that's the nature of the game, right? 162 games is a brutal schedule, and it takes a toll on someone's body. But now let's go to his son, Prince Fielder, right? Similar stature, but he did his damage from the left-hand side of the plate. Drafted in the 1st round with the 7th pick in the Major League Baseball draft by the Milwaukee Brewers, right? Career at-bats, 5,821, with a slugging percentage of .506, right, or 506. An average of .283. Career home runs, 319. RBIs, 1,028. With an OPS of 887. Hits, 1,645 with a WAR of 22 23.8. So some of the numbers I gave you, clearly he had more bats than his father, or WAR higher than his father, which was 17.2 compared to Prince's 23.8. As far as the hits, he had maybe like 3 and change over his father, who had 1,300 and change. And Prince ended up with 1,645. Also, more RBIs, 20 to be exact. And average was definitely higher than his dad's. Well, 255 compared to 283 for Prince Fielder. Now, the number that I told you to remember as far as Cecil Fielder was 319. And they both ended up with the same amount of career home runs with 319, right? I mean, it's pretty impressive when you look at it overall. And yes, they both battled with injuries. And Prince, his career was derailed and subsequently ended as far as back-to-back neck surgeries that he couldn't recover from. And again, like I mentioned earlier in this episode, who could forget that emotional press conference when he announced his retirement from Major League Baseball? At the podium with his sons, all of them emotional, crying, hysterical, just understanding, that father-son relationship. And throughout the years, the rumors were that Prince and Cecil never had that bond as far as father and son. But we all saw the love that Prince had for his sons and the love that they reciprocated for their dad. But as far as the baseball careers of both Cecil and Prince, you both got to say it was successful. I gave you the numbers. Both of them finished with the same amount of home runs, 319. Both of them were over 1,000 hits. Both of them amassing over 5,000 plate appearances. Prince Fielder, 6-time All-Star. Dad, 3-time All-Star. Prince Fielder, 2-time home run derby winner. A 3-time Silver Slugger. His dad, a 2-time Silver Slugger. So you see the comparisons right there. Now, let me give you this last nugget, right? Cecil and Prince are the only father-son duo to hit 50 home runs. And here's a bonus. Like I just mentioned earlier, as far as the father-son combination, right? Tom Gordon, D. Gordon. Cecil and Prince have both homered off Jamie Moyer and Tom Gordon. So when you look at Jamie Moyer and Tom Gordon, the longevity, their careers, to have given up home runs to the dad, Cecil Fielder, as well as the son, Prince Fielder, speaks volumes to their career. But it also speaks a lot of what this episode is all about. The damage that the Fielders have done at the plate. From the left-hand side with the son, with the right-hand side from the dad. It's safe to say that Prince Fielder probably would have closed in close to 400, or would have surpassed 400, would have surpassed over 2,000 hits, and then would have definitely stamped as being the better fielder, no pun intended, as far as the father-son combination. But when you play the game, it's to win championships. And the dad won a championship with the 96 New York Yankees squad. So this first episode, as far as the father-son, I could have went this way. I could have went that way. But I figured it'd be a more competitive balance if we had a nice comparison as far as the father-son and both what they have accomplished for their careers, right? So be on the lookout for the McCAFFERY'S. Yes, Ed McCaffrey and Kirsten McCaffrey. And for those who don't know, yes, his dad played in the NFL and also had a solid NFL career. So be on the lookout for that episode. And, also got this Patrick Ewing episode. Yeah, I got to do it. It's my New York Knicks. You see the hat. It is what it is. Just stay focused on sports and getting back to it as far as the new year coming. I got some surprises on the way, and I'm just going to keep grinding, keep working, keep doing my thing, keep establishing this channel as far as everything sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything and anything in the sports where I touch on this platform, man. So again, thank you. And this was the first installment as far as the father-son, like father, like son, part 1, the Fielders, Cecil, and Prince. And be on the lookout for the McCAFFERY'S. All my family and friends in New York, stay safe, stay sharp, stay blessed, stay alert, stay on point. All my family, friends in the pen, some of y'all just went up, some of y'all about to come home, some of y'all in the box. It is what it is, man. Happy holidays. Stay safe, man. 1.